say several inches of rain could drench the region, possibly bringing an early end to fire season, but also bringing the risk of dangerous and damaging flooding, mudslides, and land movement.
From the coast to the inland communities, the foothills, and our valleys, we have reporters all over our area.
We begin with meteorologist Vera Jimenez with a look at what we can expect tonight and over the weekend. Vera.
Well, here it is. We are looking at more rain. You can see that it's tapering off, and some of it is actually starting to move towards the northeast, heading up towards Wrightwood along the 2 and the 39. So those areas are going to be impacted. Remember earlier during the 6 and the 7 o'clock hour, most of the rain was falling a little bit closer towards like LAX. So we were seeing it move onshore. It moved in out of the south towards the north, and it continues that path. And you can see this is relatively slow moving. And as we zoom out, you can see that now some of our desert areas are starting to dry out, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But please do keep in mind that we still have a flood advisory. It's a widespread flood advisory, and that is because we're not just going to see light to moderate rain. We are going to see heavy rain, especially as we make our way into Saturday. In fact, Saturday is going to be the day when we get the most amount of rain. So the rain started today, this evening, and most of that rain is going to be with us, and it's going to get stronger throughout the morning into the afternoon, early evening on Saturday. We'll start to see a break at about 4 o'clock, but then that rain is going to pick up again, and it's going to be with us through the remainder of the afternoon. So taking a look, we do have the flood advisory, and again, we also have seen these now get upgraded from a watch to an advisor. And remember that they're going to bump these up the closer they get to the possibility of an actual flood or mudslide being triggered. And so because we've seen an ample amount of rain throughout the afternoon and now into the evening, they've actually changed that from a watch to an advisory. Right now, it looks like things are starting to settle down a little bit near here. You just saw the rain shift towards the desert areas. And as we take a look at this region, we were a little bit more active earlier today around the 7 o'clock hour. So again, we're just starting to see some of that rain shift. We'll take a look at the timing of it in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Vera. LA Mayor Karen Bass is warning residents that the storm poses a serious threat and to stay home and out of harm's way if possible.
Mayor Bass also says the city is prepared with crews already deployed to some of the most vulnerable areas. KTLA's Rachel Menitoff joins us from Laurel Canyon, one area of concern tonight, with a look at how the city is preparing. Rachel?
Sure, Micah, the city says it's still uncertain which areas will get the most amount of rain, but these kinds of conditions can certainly cause flooding in low-lying areas near freeways and small rock slides in canyons like this one.
Expecting some less than ideal driving conditions, hoping everybody stays safe on the road.
People in Studio City bracing for a burst of wet weather.
I recognize that the past few years have included some of LA's most extreme weather events in history.
The chief meteorologist at the National Weather Service saying he in no way wants to cause panic, but simply caution Southern Californians. For the next 24 to 36 hours, potentially hazardous conditions blanketing the region, with the most concerning hours forecasted between 1 in the morning and sometimes Saturday afternoon.
The nature of this system is such that we can't be certain about exactly when and where these impacts will strike until right before they occur at the earliest.
If and when winds pick up, best to be inside at the lowest point in your house, away from windows if possible.
Our Emergency Operations Center has been activated, and city crews are on standby to respond to any fallen trees or impacts to roadways.
Swiftwater rescue teams are already to go in the San Fernando Valley, where some areas are already seeing minor flooding. And if the daytime showers are any indication, drivers need to slow down and keep distance between the cars in front of them. Sky 5 captured a car careening down an embankment on the 605 South in the City of Industry. And in West LA near the 10 West, the CHP cleared an overturned pickup on the shoulder. A massive tree also came toppling down on a truck parked in the Westlake district. LA city officials say canyon communities are also vulnerable during storms. Ken Jameson has experienced it firsthand driving through Laurel Canyon.
A lot of flooding since there's low-level areas there. And I mean, any small inconvenience will just stop up traffic completely.
And there is a flood watch in LA County until 10 o'clock Saturday night. The city says we might get a little bit of a reprieve Saturday afternoon, maybe even some sun, but it does not want people to let their guards down. We are anticipating additional weaker storms in the days to come. That's the very latest from Laurel Canyon. I'm Rachel Menitoff. Chair Micah, back to you.
Rachel, thank you. Meanwhile, residents who live near the Palisades and Malibu burn scar areas are on alert as the storm's intensity increases overnight. Road closures are in effect along the Pacific Coast Highway in the Palisades as driving conditions become extremely dangerous.
Chris Wolf reports from the Palisades.
Southern California is getting a soaking. Steady, at times heavy rain has been pummeling the region, triggering flood watches, evacuation warnings and orders, and threats of debris and mud flows. Millions of people are on high alert as the West Coast storm could throw communities into chaos. Evacuation warnings were upgraded to mandatory orders Friday evening for 126 residents within or near the Palisades fire burn imprint.
As always, if you have been contacted by the Los Angeles Police Department at an impacted property, please, please, please heed official guidance and evacuate.
Yeah, I thought that we were going to get a knock when we were getting the alerts, but so far it's been okay, even though they haven't knocked on our doors.
I'm not worried about the rain at all. After what we've been through, this is pretty little stuff. These are little things.
I'm nervous, but there's not many people living there, and what dirt's going to wash into more dirt. There's not many houses, to be honest.
Slick roads and reduced visibility are proving to be major challenges for drivers, with a seemingly endless string of car crashes reported on the freeways. In fact, the California Highway Patrol closed a stretch of Canaan Doom Road through Malibu indefinitely because of a car crash and downed power lines. Back out here live, this hillside neighborhood in Pacific Palisades borders PCH. Evacuation orders will be in effect until 8 a.m. Sunday for homes in the most vulnerable areas of the Palisades fire burn scar. The Los Angeles Fire Chief is urging others to stay home this weekend. His message is, quote, stay alert, stay informed, stay safe. For now, reporting live in Pacific Palisades, I'm Chris Wolf, KTLA 5 News.
Thank you, Chris. Residents who live in the burn areas affected by the Eaton fire are also being told to be on alert tonight. Mandatory evacuations are in place for targeted properties that could be prone to flooding and landslides. Residents are being told to stay informed and follow directions from authorities if they're told to evacuate.
John Finolio is live in Sierra Madre with the latest on conditions right now. John?
Cher and Micah, a number of homes in the Eaton fire burn area were hit hard by debris flows earlier this year. Now, the concern tonight is that if heavy rain materializes late this evening as anticipated, many residents could be caught off guard while they sleep. The second wave of SoCal's November storm is here, and it's about to pack a powerful punch.
The weather here can change in an instant, and so having that warning means that you're ready to go. Have a bag, have your medications, have your pet stuff all ready.
Jody Tolan lost her home in January's Eaton fire. She now worries about her neighbors still living in the burn area, now potentially in the path of dangerous debris flows.
It's mud, it's thick, it's viscous. It will knock you over and everything else in its way. So that's what can be so unpredictable.
The most significant rainfall is expected late Friday into Sunday. The slopes, scorched by wildfire, are without vegetation and simply can't hold water.
What we do know is when we get to this point, the threat for mud flow and damage is pretty significant.
As of 8 p.m., many homes in the burn zones are now under evacuation orders, following earlier evacuation warnings. Not everyone's thrilled about it.
I think the weather people just made a big hoopla about all this heavy rain, and I mean, if I could be out here with my dog walking, it's not that bad.
But most are heeding public safety warnings. Many here say they've packed go bags, moved cars to higher ground, and are staying close to their phones for emergency alerts.
It's better to be safe than sorry, and I know people mock it, and we don't really take it to concern because we're not used to this kind of weather. Sunny California, right?
Public works crews have been clearing catch basins, and concrete K-rails now line streets that could turn into rivers of mud and debris, especially if we get heavy bursts of rain in a short amount of time.
Gotten sandbags from the city, and yeah, just a lot of hoping and praying and just monitoring what's happening.
With the waterlogged ground this fragile, minutes could matter.
I remember a couple of years ago when it got so bad that trees were just down. There was water all over. You couldn't leave Monrovia.
And it bears repeating.